I'm attempting to record the light and the dark without having practiced it at all. So we're going to consider this a different version because I don't have the patience, I think, to even imagine learning this song. One time I tried to relearn how to play this song. I was driving up the Mississippi River and turning a drive to my brother's house from a 9-hour trip to a, I don't even know, 15-hour trip. And I just kept listening to this song over and over again. I probably knew it better back then than I do right now. But I'm just going to make up a version because I'm ready to let this song go. I'm ready to let a lot of things go. You ever just not recognize yourself? I mean, I know I've put on a lot of weight in my life, but I didn't feel like myself just there. I don't know what reason. Well, maybe it's having had a glass of wine. My lips look kind of pinkish, or even purple. I don't drink wine too often, but there it is. Cool story. It is a cool story. My stories are long and meandering, and the world just wants to be entertained. Even some of my favorite, most supportive supporters who support all my light and my dark loved my raining tacos and Taco Bell's Cannon mashup. I think that sadness is a weird thing. I don't think that everybody wants to support somebody when they're in their sadness. They sort of want them to get out of it, pull up towards the light, and then be oh, hi Steve. I don't know if you're listening to this later, but if so, I was YouTubing. Yeah, I really don't recognize my face right now. That looks more like me. Maybe it's the lighting. Maybe it's the dysphoria from gaining and losing weight like 4 times in my life. It's probably that. But let's just say it's the lighting. All right, here we go. Time to make up a version of this song. I liked the other view better, even though my face looked weird to me. Here we go. Oops, keys. held that in her heart for all these years. She knew exactly what to do to get out, get you out of here. She didn't hold her arms wide like some diva on a cross, saying, "Take me, Lord, now. Take me, Lord, now." She didn't think that was the point, and so they fled at the first sign of danger. Who's to say she isn't right? Another's dead, or just a stranger to the light, and they would learn in another life somehow. When they've grown some skin, they might learn to resist this world we're all thrown into. They might learn someday, they might never learn. They might get washed away or get I can't make it come if it wants me to learn something new. Something buried in my lining. A smile like the lightning. I see you laughing as I pull my hair over my Wow. I feel a sense that that song was led, but I question what it was led by. I wrote that song right before finishing the Great Divorce, and I felt a sort of second rebirth. I had felt born again when I was 17, and I felt born again while making this album at an artist retreat, 2015 November, Northern Michigan, Hill House, formerly called Island Crosshatch Artist Residency. Crosshatch has a really long name, and then Artist Residency. I've never played that whole song all the way through in one take without mistakes, not on MIDI. The thing is, here's how Future Deja Vu works. You want me to teach you? I shouldn't teach you. It's a horrible curse. Okay, I'll teach you. It's a terrible thing. But if you believe in anything enough, no matter how meandering, no matter how strange, no matter how non-rhyming, anything, literally anything, if you believe in it enough, and you make it real and you bring it into the world over and over again, for 20 years you do anything. Anything you do enough. You know, they say, like, you'll become a good piano player if you practice 10,000 times. You'll also become a weirdo, like, freak folk artist, even if you were raised on, like, very formulaic pop songs and Muppets and stuff. If you want to be the artsy weirdo, then even if it's hard to describe, but if you feel a shimmer of light or something inside of your 8 or 15 minute long ramble songs that don't even rhyme, but you feel something in it that you want to be fixed and solid like a point of light, like a star, then you just keep thinking about it. It's like, I call it future deja vu, but it's almost like you write something, and for whatever reason, and it doesn't matter what reason, you resonate with that very strongly. Like, you just like it more than other things you've written. And it doesn't matter how bad it is or how meandering it is. It literally doesn't matter how bad it is. You just have to like it. It has to come from an authentic place for this to work, I believe. And then it's almost like you feel like it's future deja vu. Deja vu. You feel like you're seeing it in advance. You feel like it's already famous. You feel like it's already known. But you have to really feel that. But if you can feel that, if you do feel that, what you do is you just believe in that. And then for years and years and years, like I just did with this song, you just project your own feeling of importance. Like, this is important. I have to do this. This song is important. It's what I believe Chopin, Beethoven, all those people knew. In fact, it's a tangent a bit, but what popular opinion will feel about your work is very different than what you will feel. And if you listen to the differences between like the Pathétique Sonata and the Moonlight Sonata, you'll hear it. The Pathétique Sonata is actually far more inspired, because I believe that Beethoven probably loved that one more. I can just feel that. The Moonlight Sonata is a little bit more like a former modern day pop song. But I digress. If you want to be an artist, then you have to believe that what you've created is art. And you can't fake that. Whatever you feel that shimmer inside of, it's a shimmer, it's a sparkle, it's a feeling that I call future deja vu. It's like you already see it as good as, or as known as, or as interesting as anything written by your heroes, anything, but you have to believe it, because you have to assume that the reason that other people don't believe it is because they've literally not heard it. How would they hear it other than through severe, massive marketing campaigns? They're not going to hear it. In this day and age, the saturated TikTok, Instagram clips of everything day and age, most people aren't going to hear any of your work. So if you feel unrecognized, it's because you literally are. And I say this to all my creative friends, but you have to almost drown that out. You have to drown that feeling out. You have to ignore that feeling. That feeling is dumb. That feeling is, oh, people don't know about me. People don't like me. It's like, don't pander to them. Don't try to make some quick, slick, famous thing just to get their attention. Because look what's famous nowadays. Stripping down, mostly nude, having a great body. I mean, I'm not even criticizing that, or writing a song that has 4 chords that I was able to do when I was in 4th grade. I think I was able to do this by the time I was in I don't know, when I was 10. I could write a song that sounds like this, and I know you'd like it better, 'cause it's time to admit that songs like this are easy for me and hard for some people. But I could sing things all about things like spring or like the weather, and I could change things right here, and it would be too weird for you. But I can write a pop song with my eyes closed, and I can make up any pop song like it's nothing, and I can sing all those same words. And I told you that brains were made to be used, and you didn't believe me. Does this make you think it all, or does this make you feel small, or kinda comforted like your grandma's blanket that she gave you when she was 93 or 94? I can't remember, and I'm changing the tune, 'cause I for a second gave this meaning to me, but I gotta stick with the format like a pop song does, 'cause it's all you want, like a pop song, and it's all you want. And I know that I could make up all these pop songs if I want to lose my soul to you. But I'm gonna go into that Disney vibe, 'cause that's where I find my light. You would know, 'cause of all that dark stuff in my soul. I used to really like writing musicals, because you could make take up like a pop song on one, and then you could randomly deviate to Disney chords, and then you could write something really dark and heavy and moody, and then you could go back to something poppy. And you could just like let the chords lead themselves. If you've never seen the movie that I wrote music for, it's called Were the World Mine. But I've also written 3 other musicals. I lost the pop song. I just don't care enough about it to go back and tie it up. Sorry. The world does not care about talent anymore. I don't know. It's a little bit dark. I guess what I mean is don't bother becoming super talented if your goal is to be famous. Because I trained for 20 years on the piano, got a conservatory degree, and now I owe $475 a month for my conservatory degree and my MFA in musical theater writing. And it's pointless in this day and age because literally I could just go on a diet, lose weight, wear tighter clothing, and write 4-chord songs and be funny and do It's Raining Tacos and Paco Bell's Canon mashups and, get 1 million views for a 30-second soundbite. And I'm not saying that to be disparaging of people who love doing that, because if you love doing that, then that's the exact right thing for you to do. So I clearly don't love it. I stop playing really exactly when I'm doing this kind of stuff. And I could keep going. And then I made it into a medley one day. And then I turned, I made up a fake underwater version. I liked doing this when I was working for a kids' theater. Whoops. See, I just don't care about it enough. I'm thinking about other things. Wow, so boring. I literally find that boring. So that's why I don't like being a monkey. That's why I don't like doing circus tricks for people, because that was deeply boring. And if I used to do that in my shows to get attention, and then switch back to my back when I lived in Chicago for I'd do my sardonic, dark, edgy songs back then. And the problem is, if the more you do that, the more people ask you to do that. It's like anything. Anything you project into the world is what people will expect from you. So if I continue to project trauma into the world, then that's what people expect from me. If I project happiness, but a soothing, gentle happiness, then that's what people will expect from me. And it doesn't matter that I'm way too trained to just be playing 4-chord ukulele songs. If that's what I enjoy doing, then that's what I should do. I don't know. But I did not enjoy playing that just now. I feel like I drank a wine cooler or Mad Dog 2020 and then puked on a piano. And that's how that makes me feel. Like cheap and gross and weird. So feel free to ask me to play Mario because people do ask, but it's not fun for me, so I stopped doing it at shows. It made me feel cheap and weird and like I'm in the circus. And like people don't like art. I don't know. And I guess I can understand that because if you've never heard somebody's artsy, weird feeling songs before, maybe you can't get into them. But that's not really actually true because I've played at many music festivals where people like artsy stuff, like a lot, especially house show music festivals and just house shows in general. People want to be moved. There are people like me out there in the world. You maybe have never met them, but I have met them. I've met many of them. And a lot of them are artists and writers and poets and musicians. And they're in bands, and they're doing all kinds of interesting things, and they don't know where to perform because their stuff isn't right for playing in a bar. And that's me and Brian, and some people, I don't know. I think it's a very weird thing to be an artist in this world. And then the worst part is that people will be like, well, Van Gogh got famous when he died, or I don't even know if I'm getting it right, but like, you know, that doesn't help. I mean, feel free to say that as well. I'm not mad at you, but I'm just saying, like, that doesn't help because, like, you can be super talented and be Van Gogh or whichever one it was. Was it Van Gogh or was it Picasso? One of them made no money the whole time they were alive, and then their paintings sold for, like, millions of dollars. But it's like, that doesn't actually, it's still a systemic problem. It's still a systemic problem that we don't value arts. Arts are trying to speak to the world, to the culture. They're trying to speak the emotion. It's almost like the way people say that like women are doing the emotional labor of a lot of situations, and that's a grotesque generalization, but it's a little, yeah, it's grotesque. But I think that, you know, artists are also doing the emotional labor of a society. We're taking the toxic fallout of so many situations that are really deeply, deeply unfair, unjust, sad, crushing, like heart aching, and we're putting it into our art because we don't know what else to do with it. And it's like we're the garbage cans of society. Anyway, well, we're trying to convert it. We're trying to be alchemists, I think. So that's what I am. And if you're watching this for 37 minutes or 38 minutes, I was about to say in 59 seconds, 38 minutes, then you're probably an alchemist too. Whether it's art, pottery, poetry, music, whatever it may be, you're probably an alchemist too. And I don't even believe in witchcraft or anything like that. Well, I do believe in it. That's the exact thing. I mean, that's why I turn to God. That's why I turn to so many things, because I do believe in it. I don't want to lean on my own power. But my own power just gets me in lots of messes, which then I need help getting out of. So, anyway, I did not mean to turn this into a spiritual video. This has already covered enough themes. Goodbye.